Hey guys, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. This is Goose, and let's get started. That. Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that, but for now I want to hear your thoughts. Possess a key figure in the academia? I have already tried that, but all the key members of the academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because of their worry of me. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. Possess a student and infiltrate the sage's quarters? No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's a good point. Speaking like the goddess Umera. We could grab someone close to the sages and question them. We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages. I can't think of anything else. Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria? Sataria? Paimon remembers now? Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zeros festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies now. Paimon still remembers that smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert! She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries. The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying behind such a sun, the star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. This is no longer just a metaphor. Those are Sataria's true thoughts, right? From the sound of it, Sataria just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she'd already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Sounds exactly like the person we need. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we gain useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with some of the vendors there. It's the lantern, right? Woohoo! Okay, a few things I need to do before. I love that my thing just says help. Yo, look at all the primos! There's so many! Imagine if I hit delete on all of that. Oh my god. I would die. I would just shrivel and die. Okay, so the question is, should I go for Zebai or Nivelette? It's not a super hard question, honestly. I really should go for Nivelette, but Zebai might be funner. Let's go. At least Aluga. It's just Aluga. Oh, I know? Okay. I don't have an I know yet, so that works. Let's go talk to this girl. This should be Sotaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Sotaria? No, I already have enough information on Sotaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics. Talking style and key characteristics? My poor lost lambs, have you become troubled over your faiths? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may able to show you the way. That was so bad, I'm sorry. Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her? My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him? Of course, in that case. Oh, it would seem that Harat and Murarat were quite wary of you. Perhaps at some time in the past you have somehow offended the gods? Only mocking the god of Animal, questioning the Lord of Geode's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Did that count? Oh, nothing. Goose, go on, pick an aspect for her to divine. Divine my prospects of love. Love prospects? No problem at all. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you. How could that be? Harat? Murad? Did you two spoil my divination? I never read a fortune so absurd. Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done. Ahem. I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge. Is that so? Well, that can't be helped. If you were to bring some food offerings for Harat and Marat on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate? Is this another one of Sotaria's favorite stalls? Yep, it belongs to Akeem. His father helped Sotaria a lot when she first moved to Samara City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I was talking to him, listened carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We got one of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of which, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. I simply changed trades when my work turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making such use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice, you're making a living doing something you love. So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough more over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Armos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy. All our goods are sure to meet your every need.
This should be our final stop. Sataria is always thinking of the restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city. Nahida, you've really thought of everything. It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all. Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right. I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Niue Harbor, and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing. Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go. So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh, first I've heard of it. That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events. I see. I guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Kishan. Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
I thought there was something down there to touch, but no.
So, was that everybody? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's the point of all the information we collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems. Sataria's already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through their useful sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Armos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deseret. Although just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot. Well, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although, she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert. All she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Deseret were to make demands of Sataria...
So how do we set that up? Well, King Deseret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deseret's believers, she'd definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be different. So you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to? Yep, possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of King Deseret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deseret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it. Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the information we collected on those people. It's so that you won't slip and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off them. Exactly. So best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone. That's no problem at all. I'll just share all the senses with you once I possess them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you possessed them yourself. Huh? That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself? Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them. You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine. Alright. If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on. Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be bothering them for a little while anyway. Alright, let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
So I'm really worried about the Scaramouche fight that's coming up. I'm so worried about it. We're not ready. My team is not ready for that. I got Diluc, I have Kaya, I have Columbina, and then I have Aether. My team is so bad. Apparently Flim's gets really good though.
Oh, here she comes! Sataria's here! Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to start possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you, Goose. I trust you'll know what to say. Oh, I'm starting to feel kind of nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
That is so suspicious. That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Huh? Are you still listening to me, Nebia?
Of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Oh, okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Harod and Marat. Oh, that's right. They're just little darlings, aren't they? Harad and Marat. And so, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom. I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects. But to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently. A mess? Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Oh, the gods have spoken. Oh, crap. Sorry, your new laugh was just so hilarious, I couldn't help it.
Oh, please pay no mind to those kinds of details. The gods are asking, Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who you're speaking to right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deseret.
King Deseret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Huh, wait a second. King Deseret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of King Desheret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life? Huh? King Deshret's resurrection is a misinformation campaign?
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even the city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry, I must go now.
Wait!
Smart. That was smart.
Whoa, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too. Well done, Goose. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Nahida, it seems like you understand emotions really well after all. All I know are some abstract gravitat theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria. She's out of King's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay, I just caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Masonry work? Oh, right, your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? He's feeling a lot better, and he's walking more now. Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos? Yeah, he's been retired there for a while. If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across the mirror. He has quite a quick temper and has already been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs. Oh? So who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert. You chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia. Akeem? You don't mean you've also become a believer of King Deshret? What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side? Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa, Goose! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
I wasn't too harsh, was I?
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
I want to talk to them and see what they have to say. Whoa, what happened just now? Wasn't I talking with Sataria? Where'd she go? Give me a second!
Huh? What's going on to Harad and Marat? They seem terrified of me all of a sudden.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone were trying to preach to you about something? No, I've been spending all my time studying in the basement. Oh, right, speaking of strange things. I celebrated the Sub-Zero's festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird. Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that. Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens? Chishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well. What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You who work side by side with the Academia and treat people as nothing more than experimental subjects. Please stop.
Even now, Sataria is still trying to run from her problems.
Did I push too hard?
She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do? This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you remember the Corpse of 30, right? Please, help me pass a message to the Watcher right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control. Please try to remain calm, miss. Tell me, what's happening in the city? Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side. Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about? King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible. Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible. You know my name? King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere. What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one, the one who still can't pick a side? What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back. It's not too late to turn back. You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt? How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret, or are you the god himself? That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement. I've never actually believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you? Great, we finally convinced her. How much do you know about the sage's current activities? I was just one of the designers for the Mastering Harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specific requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who had previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him. An outcast that even the sages are still wary of? To fight against the academia, we will need to find out the nature and purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned? It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm assistant to the great Sanj. What? It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the great sage. And I've been working on many tasks outside of this project. One thing, though. I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. And sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance. The Academia entrance? Wouldn't that be too conspicuous? Don't worry about that. I assure you this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents. Alright, I trust you. So if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I have atoned for my wrongdoings? That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon. The Dendro Archon? That's right, her people are the ones who we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sotaria to our side. Kuso's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet up again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sotaria's mission to go off without a hitch. Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, are we just praying to you, God of Wisdom and Guardian of the Scholars? Me? No. The truth is the true Guardian of Scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild. Catherine, we're here! Oh, You're the other Catherine, right? That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Can we just call her Nahida? Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If anything were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world. Yep, exactly what Paimon thinks. I somehow doubt that. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Speaking of which, don't you feel like something is off? Off? What do you feel is off? It's just a little too quiet around here. It's the middle of the night. It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you? No, I think Goose is right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though. Huh. Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe Sotaria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace. I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned. Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll all be quiet in front of the academia. And that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Sus, suspicious, very suspicious.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success.
Holy shit!
And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Phew. Papa needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
She can jump between minds. Hopefully she'll be fine.
Papa wasn't counting on running into a Fatui Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember Tainari told us about him? Sataria did say that someone who got expelled from the academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor.
I underestimated the scale of this problem.
Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after all this time? What are the Fatui after all this time? Another Gnosis?
We need to find a way to reunite with Nahida.
Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Let's start our own investigation.
You mean?
Let's go find Tainari.
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work in some project while we were staying with him in the Avidia forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville. Hooray! Well, that was a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. See you then.